When you go from a monarchy to a republic, to a military dictatorship, then to a dictatorship, and finally to a democracy, Parker.
Hello, I'm Sealdrop. You can support me now by visiting memelo.com, where you can find meme merch, seal pillows, and more. Thanks to every supporter.
The Portuguese describing to the British why they established so many small colonies around the world so quickly. The enemy has repeatedly proven themselves unable to react to our swift advance. Let's all remind the Spanish about how they lost 12 fully armed soldiers to a Portuguese baker with a shovel. When the Portuguese destroy your monopoly on the spice trade, the Ottomans, you weren't supposed to do that. First mission to China and Japan. First discoverers in the Atlantic. First prosperous trade center in North Africa. First circumnavigation of the globe. Invention of the caravel. Actually finding a trade route to India. Discovery of America. Tsunami. Earthquake. Portugal in 1755. Some candles just vibing. Fire. Tsunami. Earthquake. Africa. Exists. Portugal in the 15th century. Yeet. Do nothing rash and live a long and happy life as your kingdom goes through an era of peace and prosperity. Unnecessarily fight a battle in North Africa in person. Die at age 24 with no heirs, thus leading to a succession crisis and a Spanish takeover. Portugal. Portugal in American movies. How Portuguese people see themselves. How other countries see them. Portugal in the 18th century. Portugal now. Salazar selling tungsten to the Germans and giving an airfield to the Americans during World War II. I'm playing both sides, so that I always come out on top. Africa has people of a darker skin color, the Portuguese. Give me. Portuguese Empire 1500s. Portuguese Empire 1900s. Early 1700s Portugal. Lisbon is such a beautiful and prosperous city. 1755. Earthquake. Tidal wave. Fire. When you learn that Brazilians don't speak Brazilian, reality is often disappointing. No, you can't just go around a continent and not pay peace taxes. Haha. Caravel go whoosh. African tribes when the ocean starts speaking Portuguese. Naming your capital after your first leader. Changing a city's name from one leader to another. Being named after someone else's leader. Naming a kitchen utensil after a dictator. Kings of Spain every time they tried to invade Portugal. How is it possible for Portugal to have 700 losses and us over 20,000? Napoleon after 3 unsuccessful invasions of Portugal. Visible frustration. Portugal when the Ottomans block you from trading with Asia. Should probably discover America. That might be a good idea. And a developed country with rich resources exists. Portugal, Britain, and France. Look, there's a whole enormous, glorious, gigantic supermarket up here. USA, guy who brings the independence, guy who held the colonies before. Brazil, guy who brings the independence, guy who held the colonies before. Portugal, small workforce issue in the western colonies, slavery. Spain being ridiculed for the abuses to the Native Americans. Portugal. Winston Churchill bringing up the 1373 Anglo-Portuguese treaty to get them to lease an airbase in the Azores in 1943. I summon you to fulfill your oath. When you were the first global empire, but today everyone thinks that you are a part of Spain and that you speak Brazilian, not stonks. Portugal, you know we had 52 colonies. France, we had 53 colonies one time. Britain, are you kidding me? That's insultingly low. Spain, I said freeze. Napoleon, I'm just invading Portugal. Portugal explores, claims Zambia and demands it in the Berlin Conference, the United Kingdom. Napoleon invades your country, panic. You move yourself and your family and your royal court of 15,000 people to your biggest colony and exercise your power there for 13 years. Then go back to your home country and leave your son in charge of the colony. Calm. 1 year later your son leads a war against you and declares independence, and you lose your biggest colony that was 90 times bigger than your home country. Panic. No one. Portugal after 19th century. Portuguese Empire just minding their own business. History teachers, I'm about to end this man's whole career. African country, has blacks and gold. Portugal, I'll take your entire stock. When Britain digs up a 500-year-old treaty to force Portugal to join World War II, modern problems require medieval solutions. Nobody, Portugal, ding dong, your religion is wrong. American 1. What language do they speak in Brazil? American 2. Brazilian. Actual Brazilian. Cries in Portuguese. When King Philip II of Spain creates the Iberian Union, Kingdom of Portugal. Portugal with the first African slaves, the rest of Europe, I gotta get one of those. Liberate Angola or draw 25. Geography teachers, what language is spoken in South America? Students, Spanish, Brazil, a Portuguese speaking nation that technically makes Portuguese the most spoken language in South America. Am I a joke to you? Portugal needs to find something to do. Any ideas? We should develop our infrastructure, helping to solve our population problem. We should continue our conquest against the Muslims in Africa. Let's just travel to India. You can't just enslave half the African continent and get away with it, Portugal. When you were one of the greatest empires the world has ever seen, remained independent for almost 1,000 years, but now everyone thinks that you're a Spanish province even though you're independent. Confused Portuguese noises. Portugal, what happened to the spices? Netherlands, good question. Portugal in the 16th century, give me the plant. Brazil's war for independence, Portugal. Britain, France, Italy, Belgium, Portugal, Africa. Ottomans, this is the way to Asia, Portugal, there is another. The Portuguese, tea from China, the British, codfish from Norway, the Portuguese. Me and the boys about to lose our empires after World War II. Portuguese video surveillance. When you show her a map of the Portuguese Empire in the 16th century, it's so big. People talking about the greatest colonial empires and forgetting to talk about Portugal, which was the first one of them. Portugal, we've been tricked, we've been backstabbed, and we've been quite possibly bamboozled. When you started your colonial empire in 1415, 77 years before Spain, 168 years before England, and 187 before the Netherlands, you discovered Brazil and the sea route to India before 1500. First European in Japan and Australia. First circumnavigation of the planet. Had in control the spice trade. You pretty much started the first global empire, but nobody gives a damn and people only care about France, England, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany, and people even think you're a part of Spain. Portugal has never seen such bullcrap before. Portuguese, garage, is this a storage room? Ma, I'm going out. See you, au revoir, adios, bye, out, where, with who, why, who'll drop you, when will you come, every day out, is this a house or a hotel, how much money will you spend, no time for parents, only going out, when I die then you'll know. Crying over a girl, knacking, pick your head up, follow Sealdrop on Instagram. Poor, rich, Sealdrop channel members. You haven't subscribed to Sealdrop to Anthic memes, cringe. When you're not subscribed to the Sealdrop subreddit, cringe. When Sealdrop promotes herself in her videos. My boyfriend won't let me follow Sealdrop on Twitter. I don't know how much more of this toxic relationship I can take. Babe, it's time for your 4pm memello.com meme merch purchase. Yes mom. Yes, I follow Sealdrop on Twitch. How did you know? When you got banned from the Sealdrop Discord. If you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe, comment, share the video and follow me on the links in the description.
Hello, I'm Sealdrop. You can support me now by visiting memelo.com, where you can find meme merch, seal pillows, and more. Thanks to every supporter.
Portugal memes.